Hello and welcome to Super Commander Forge Alliance, and we have yet another ranked game. This one is on Badlands, and it's between Cra, who's in the bottom right as the blue Cybran, Cra233, and Carlitos, who is in the top left as the red UEF. And this game, I've already looked at it, it's going to be a good game. So we see both players going with first land, obviously. No more first bomber. Cra planning second air. Looks like not a lot of power generators. It's just going to be 5. So it's a low power build. Carlitos, he hasn't planned a second factory yet, but he's expanding. So we'll see how this goes. So Carlitos looks like he's going to use his ACU to help the Hydra, so there's a difference in the builds. Cra is going to get an air factory before he expands to the left with his ACU. Still hasn't expanded to the right, but that's all good. Now he's going to take some more mexes, so pretty standard. Cra sending groups of Mantis and Scouts on both sides of the map, so he wants to see what's going on. Carl with some Scouts here to see what he can find. And he has a point defense plan, but I really don't think that's going to be finished in time. Cra should just move in right now. Really big land factory spam from Carlitos. Looks like Cra hasn't planned anything of the sort yet. He has an air scout out before Carl even has any air. He hasn't even started an air factory, and there's a bomber coming out for Cra. So he's definitely going for the early air attack, especially since he went so low power. And now he's got the Hydra, so that's good. And he's going to start his own land test spam. So it looks like Cra has missed his chance to move in. There's now a tank, another one coming in. And it looks like the point defense will be completed. And Cra gets it's good, so he denies expanding to the right for Carl. And with the scout, he can see everything, so he knows where everything is. And he has another bomber coming in, so good play here with his bombers. Looks like they're having problems actually hitting the engineers. But that's not going to miss, and it's a dead engineer. Looks like an interceptor for Carl. Cra is staying put with his interceptors, and he's getting a transport. So he could be looking to take one of the top expansions. So Cra pushing through the right with some Mantis, and he is guarding the left, but there's a big force for Carl on the left, but Cra moving his ACU into position, so he should be completely good there. And he needs to use the transport soon, otherwise he's just going to lose it. He is about to lose air control here, so that's not good news for his transport. And he has completely denied the right for Carl. Carl could, however, just swing around with this engineer, so it's going to be interesting to see how soon he can take this. And he's going to go around with this one, so it looks like he will take it, no problems. And he's going to be attacking this force here with some tanks. Sounds like a message on FAF. And Cra is going to use his ACU to be taking on this army. And this army has absolutely no chance, so it should just leave. Looks like it is just going to march forward and die. So good defense here, but the 2 tanks get through, and they might take out the engineer if Carl pays attention. That's assuming he can see yeah, he has no idea it's there. So a little bit unfortunate, unless he just happens to move. He's not going to take it out. and here come the Mantis from Cra to defend. So now Cra with a really big mass field here. He's start picking all that up. And now Carl attacking through the right, and Cra is going to have to adjust. Still no assisting on his air factory. Let's see how Carl is doing there. He's not assisting his air factory either, but he's got a lot of power. And he's picking up the rocks here from his base. These are what you cannot neglect when you're playing Badlands, because there's so much mass here. You can really go very power heavy if you just start reclaiming all this. Cra getting an upgrade. And it is the gun, since it's on the right arm. So with the gun he could definitely make a very good push through the top. No one is really trying to get the side expansions. They're not too critical, they're just 2 mass extractors. So they might not even be worth the micro. And Cra attempting to push through, but the Mantis have been killed and it's mostly arty, so he's going to have to retreat. Carl with some Tech 2 mass extractors. And he's got Tech 2 on his ACU, and he's getting Tech 2 power here at minute 10. Cra on a power spam. He is going Tech 2 land himself. So that's going to be interesting. He'll be able to catch up in terms of power. Look, Carl with 800 excess power. With 800 power, you need to do something with that, and he's going to get even more now. He's going to be up to 1300. He needs to either put a lot of NGs here, he needs to go Tech 2, or he needs to do something with all that power. And Cra... Did I screw this up? Yeah, it looks like I was completely wrong. He got the engineering upgrade. Just out of curiosity. He is still building with the left hand though, so it's interesting with Cybern, the way it is. So Cra moving through with a huge force, and he's easily going to run over the middle. So he's got a lot of mass to reclaim here. But he is at the same time getting pushed through the bottom. He does not want to lose anything here. He should be moving these, they shouldn't be standing still. There we go. So he's going to defend, so good play from Cra, spreading out his units, making sure he doesn't take too much damage. Looks like Carl might have been attempting to build a factory on the ledge. It's a good try, but that's not going to work. It's a little bit too high up. Now big engagement in the middle. And very even numbers. Cra moving in some more units and some Tech 2. So Carl getting an upgrade here. Could be getting Tech 3. I bet he's getting Tech 3. He is upgrading mass extractors all over the place, so Carl is getting a massive economy. But Cra looks like he's not doing that badly either in terms of eco. Carl really making this middle tough to get through with a lot of Tech 1 point defense. Cra's going to see that, and he's going to realize that it's going to be very hard for him to move in. Carl is going to try to attack. And Cra made this a very secure position. He doesn't even have to move units here anymore. It's going to be extremely difficult. Looks like Carl is going to be walling this off. So neither player wants an engagement through the left. Cra making a defensive position, and Carl is going to wall it off. So that's interesting. Both players are deciding to cut off the same section of the map. Now Cra is going to be catching up in power pretty soon. We'll see what he chooses to do with all that power. Once you have this much Tech 2 power, you really don't need the Tech 1s anymore. You can start reclaiming them. Spend the mass on something else. And now Carl with Tech 3 on his AC here at minute 15. And we'll see what he does. He's gonna make Tech 3 power. He could go through the middle and make a Tech 3 point defense creep. That would be a good move. Looks like Cra2's going to try to cut off the middle, but there aren't actually any units coming down. It's just a few engineers that are going to reclaim, but Cra2 will kill those. So this is the slow period of the game. All games have this, where suddenly the fighting just stops. This is at minute 16. And Carl almost done with the wall here on this side of the map. But it won't be in time to save himself from all this force coming through. But he has some Tech 2 point defense, so he should be fine. And Carl with the Tech 3 land making some Titans. And he is working on a Fat Boy with his ACU, so he went straight up for the experimental play. He still has a ridiculous amount of power, but I guess that's okay. And now a Titan, a very unfortunate Titan, it's going to get run over. Gets 3 kills, but dies pretty easily. Cra2 making the middle hard to get through. And once you have the middle, you should start shooting tactical missiles. Just make it TML. But he also has a Tech 2 radar. This is good placement. You can see he can see pretty much everything that's going on. He's not going to be surprised, and he knows that this stuff is coming through. He will lose the radar here, but that's not important anymore now that he has the Tech 2 radar. However, Cra2 could lose the bottom expansion here unless he does something about it. He's moving a lot of units across. And Carl with his Tech 3. He's going to be trying to press through. But the Tech 2 point defense are very well positioned. They're definitely going to be cutting off anything that tries to get through. Carlitos he's 33% done with the Fat Boys, so a third of the way. So now Cra2 with a whole bunch of Tech 2 factories. He has 5 Tech 2 factories. That's not what you see very often, but looks like he's going to try to counter the Tech 3 with a massed amount of Tech 2. He's rebuilding a Tech 2 mass extractor. So I guess that's an interesting tactic. You don't have to go Tech 3 if you... Well, now he's going Tech 3 anyway, but he is going to just make a gigantic amount of Tech 2 land. That could be effective too. But Carl, now 61% done with the Fat Boy, and it's not clear what Cra2 has that he's going to be able to deal with it. You can see that while Carl is building this, he's losing all the map control because he's not making as many units. But once this gets finished, he's going to be able to take back any part of the map that he wants. And my question is, does Cra2 know about the Fat Boy? No, he actually has no idea. He doesn't even know that the ACU is over here. So he's probably wondering why he hasn't seen the ACU at all, except for at the very beginning. He definitely knows that Carl has walled this off, so he knows that he's not going to be attacked through the bottom. And he is making a massive push. And if Cra2 can scout this, then he'll know what's happening. Now you can see all the Tech 2 here. And Carl, 91% done with the Fat Boy. It's going to be done in just a few seconds. And even though Cra2 has Tech 3 land, it's not clear what he can do against a Fat Boy. He's just making some more eco for himself. A tank from Carl. The Fat Boy, looks like he stopped building it when, okay, there we go. It's 96%. And he's making some Tech 3 point defense to protect his right side. 97%. In any case, it's going to be done very soon. Carl needs to get back and finish this because 3 Tech 1 engineers are not going to be making a Fat Boy very fast at all. There we go, it's done here at minute 23. So if Cra2 didn't know about it before, he definitely knows now. and he realizes that there's an experimental on the field. He doesn't have anything to do about it. It's the UEF experimental ground weapon. The thing about this is that it's phenomenal at range, but if you let anything get too close to it, it will die because it doesn't have good hit points. It has the shield, which gives it 20,000, and it has about 13,000 of its own, so 33,000 HP total. By experimental standards, that's not a lot. Cra233 realizes he needs to do something about this. He does have the economy to make a quick spider if he chooses to, but he can't let this thing continue to take shots because he will easily defend his base with the Fat Boy. As you can see, not very many problems there, and if he stays out of range, he will just demolish everything. These Tech 2-point defenses don't have a chance. Cra233 wondering what to do. Looks like he has lost the Tech 2 radar. So does he know where the Fat Boy is? Nah, he doesn't. He just sees shots coming out of nowhere. And he is making strat bombers with Tech 3 air, so that's a good idea. That's a good counter to the Fat Boy. See if you can take control of air with a few ASF and then start hitting this with strat bombers. That's a good move. Carl with some Tech 3 shields. And Fat Boy will continue to play defense, so it's going to be very hard to attack Carl now that he has a Fat Boy. And see, even when you're within range, it has the rapid fire weapon. It's the same weapon that's on the Riptide. It's very good against Tech 1, and the main cannons are good against pretty much everything. But he doesn't want to get too close to these bricks. Actually, this could be a really bad mistake here by Carl. He needs to get out of there. Some chaos here with the Fat Boy. It does survive, but that was a little bit unclean there. He is still piling up the strat bombers, and now with 5 ASF, he's guaranteed air control since Carl is still at Tech 1. He's just making Tech 1 air with the Tech 2 factor. And he's gonna hit. Oh, that was extremely unlucky. The Fat Boy's shields were down, and the bombs hit the mountain instead of the Fat Boy. Now they're gonna hit the Fat Boy itself, and you can see how fast it's going down in HP because it doesn't have a lot of it. And Fat Boy needs to be very careful. Carl with some Tech 3 SAMs. This Fat Boy will not last very long. Unless the shield can go up right now. 3,000 HP, and that's the end of the Fat Boy. So, very well played by Cra233. He eliminates the Fat Boy threat, and he can continue with his normal gameplay. Carl can either choose to wall this off, or he might just start to reclaim. And he's got a Tech 3 radar, Carl does. So this thing literally sees the entire map. I mean, the actual range on this is more than, I'd say, 5 times the size of this map. Something like that. Cra233 does not have anything like that. It is actually having eco problems. Carl is going to lose these engineers. And here's minute 29. The game looks very even. Cra233 going to go Tech 3, it seems, with his ACU. I don't really see the reason to go Tech 3 with your ACU because you're going to be able to make Tech 3 engineers anyway, and you're going to get the tech, but I guess maybe the extra health and regeneration is good. Carl trying to pick up all these pieces of mass. Reclamation here at minute 30. Carl with 35,000, Cra233 at 9,000, so huge difference there, and you can see the difference in score. And Carl is going to get a lot more from reclaiming his Fat Boy. He's working on another one, which is 45% done. These Percivals are getting run over very quickly by all the Tech 2 and the Tech 3. Actually, this is a very dangerous looking force from Cra. Carl putting up some emergency Ravagers to try to deal with it, and he's moving in all his Tech 1 as well. Brick should get a lot of kills. 9 on one, 6 on the other. Now Carl with his own Tech 3 air. So, and he's working on another Fat Boy. He's making 2 Fat Boys at once. Does he have the... No. He's stalling hard. He shouldn't be making 2 Fat Boys at once. But if he does get 2 Fat Boys and Cra it just stays like this, he might find himself in a bad situation, especially since he can't guarantee himself air control anymore with Carl and his Tech 3 air. But Carl is almost done with 1 Fat Boy. The other one is only 20% done, but it's going to be built eventually, I think. And Cra making a Tech 3 power, so he's already got a lot of power. This is 3,000 power here. And both players just teching up at this point. No one wants to attack the other. This is a tank with 4 kills just sitting here. Could be moving in, but at this point a tank killing a Tech 1 Mass Extractor is not critical at all. Now the stealth bombers coming in, but Carl has Omni, so at the moment he can't see them, but once they come to over here, he's going to be able to see them with the Omni. So he sees them now. And they might be going straight for the ACU. And they didn't do anything at all. So disappointing bombers from Cra. They didn't even break the Tech 3 shield. Looks like a lot of the bombs didn't even drop. That's the problem with the Cybern bomber. It actually doesn't do that much damage compared to the others. It has a big area of effect, but in terms of actual damage, it's not the best. And Cra making a spider, because I think he's seen both. No, he only knows that there's 1 Fat Boy because he saw it when he did the bombing run, so the second one might surprise him. Cra with plenty of power. And recycling some Tech 2 factories so that he can pay for this spider. And Carl moving down with 1 Fat Boy. Does he know that there is a spider here? He sees some stuff here already. There's no way for him to know that there's an experimental being built. And actually, I'm not sure if I like what Carl is doing here, moving 1 Fat Boy down by itself. Because it's not protected at all. And I think he realized that he's moving back. Because here it's very vulnerable to either the Strat Bombers or the Spider once it's finished. The Spider versus a Fat Boy 1v1, the Spider will win very easily. Carl with power problems, it seems. He's getting a Tech 3 power, and he's going to be going hard for this Tech 2, this Fat Boy. The Omni is always a huge drain of power, but just by surrounding it with Tech 1 power generators, you get a decent bonus. Now Carl getting nuke defense. An excellent counter when your opponent has no nukes. Could be that he just wants to spend his mass on something. But on a map like this, you don't need to build nuke defense because it's so easy to scout on a map like this size. So you don't need to build nuke defense unless you scout and actually see a nuke. As you can see, Carl is scouting right now, just to see what he's going to see. He will find out that there is a spider being built, and he's not going to like that. He just barely doesn't see it. He still doesn't see it. This is ridiculous. So he still thinks it's safe because he doesn't see the spider bot. And spider is perfectly placed so that it's impossible to see. It's actually really funny. And Carl is only now going to realize that there's a spider and that his fat boy is in very grave danger, so we'll see what he chooses to do. Carl does look like he has air control, but all the bombers are coming in and they all get the bombs off. They knock the shield down. Cra is in a dangerous spot here, and the spider is going to easily chase down the fat boy because it's a lot faster. At the same time, Carl moving down with his other fat boy, and he's going to be taking on a Tech 3, and Tech 240 is going to be retreating immediately. And Cra moving in. This is going to be the end of the fat boys, so it was really unfortunate for Carl not seeing the spider until it was too late. But it looks like he will easily clean up here on the bottom with his Titans. So a good play there. And he's going to be moving back down. But at the same time, Cra moving up with his spider. Carl trying to get a fourth fat boy up. Cra just rebuilding Tech 3 power. And he's getting raided by some Titans that sneaked around the spider. He should make some Tech 1 point defense quick. Looks like he's not doing that. It's gonna be an NG slaughter. It's a Tech 2 point defense here. And looks like Carl successfully kills the spider with some strat bombers. The fat boy has moved to the middle. He's going to be moving down. And I have to say Carl is in a very good position right now. Doesn't look like Cra's going to be able to do anything. So after 42 minutes, this game looks like it's been decided. I think this spider was Cra's last chance to inflict any sort of damage, and it was defended against by these and some strat bombers. And now Carl is in a better position in terms of economy and in terms of actual units. Because also the Titans that came through here have destroyed a lot of things. Cra getting an upgrade, he's getting the laser. So this basically says, I've given up, come and get me. I'm getting the laser that's going to completely destroy my economy, and you're allowed to kill me. Oh, he is getting him pretty fast. He's completely stalling, but he might actually get it done. That'd be very nice style to go out in. I'm really hoping he gets the laser. That would be amazing. The fat boy looks like it's gonna put an end to my hopes. And he's losing all the power here, so that means we don't get to see the laser on the ACU. And here at minute 44, this game is over. So hopefully people enjoyed this one.